Governor Newsom had plenty to say about PG&E. Says Californians should be outraged over the outages.
At a news conference within the last hour, he said the power shutoffs are not about public safety, but greed.
This is not, from my perspective, a climate change story as much as a story about greed and mismanagement over the course of decades. Neglect, a desire to advance not public safety, but profits.
He kind of took one glove off yesterday, but today both gloves are off. I think CBS 13's Gary Dietrich joins us now with the politics and potential political fallout over the power shutoff.
I think the baseball bats come out. It's not just the gloves off.
Yeah.
I think it's getting serious political theater going on here.
Yeah, a little bit. So how do you think the governor's response today compares to governors in the past to something like this?
Well, he certainly ramped up the rhetoric, and there's no doubt about it. And some people are starting to say, listen, could Newsom be in danger, as Gray Davis was, of a backlash due to a power problem? And I think we're in vastly different territory here. Of course, that led to, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's not going to happen this time around. Clearly what Newsom has done, guys, is to separate himself from this issue and make the bad guys PG&E. We heard that yesterday. We're hearing it more today. And I think it's, an attempt to insulate himself from the political fallout that's bound to happen in this. I mean, we heard the frustration of our viewers today. That's not going to go away anytime soon.
No, it is not. And we reached out to a number of lawmakers in our area today. Senator Jim Nielsen comparing it to a third world country.
Yeah, no, a new bill puts a system in place that sets parameters for when a shutoff could happen. Is this going to get legs? Is this going to happen, you think?
You mean the legislation?
Right, the legislation that says you need to do this before you do this.
Oh, I think we're going to see a plethora of bills come out of this thing, guys. And when you're talking about taking 1.5 million Californians or 2 million off the grid, you're talking about in the legislature, when they come back into session, is going to be feeling the heat, no pun intended, themselves. So I think we're going to see a lot of legislation. And I think, Tony, that one is probably going to be on the top of the stack. How do you somehow contain these power outages in ways that makes more sense to people than they do now?
There's strong lobbyists there. Can they twist some arms of politicians to say, hey, about time to do that?
Yeah, I think that short answer to that is yes.
Okay.
All right, so you can't leave us tonight without talking about the impeachment
inquiry.
The
I word.
Yeah,
okay.
The big I word. There's a new poll, Fox News poll, that says 51% of people support a impeachment of President Trump and his removal of office. So what do you make of that?
Yeah, well, see, the big part of this poll that has people really concerned right now is that second part. Not just impeachment, but impeachment and removal. And that's what has people's attention. Do we have more than half of the country, according to this Fox News poll, ready to not only say impeach the president, but putting heat on the U.S. Senate to go ahead and oust the president? And that's why this poll is getting so much attention.
Right. And you saw the president respond in that tweet that we had up there as you take a look at the latest Fox News poll. The president said, from the day I announced I was running for president, I have never had a good Fox News poll. Whoever their pollster is, they suck, his words. So obviously you have to talk about
That's a technical term.
You have to talk about the reaction once we get that word out
Sorry.
there. Oh, plenty more hits to come between now and November 2020?
Yeah, 13 months, my friends. Lots of I word to go between now and then.
Okay, thanks.